lovely ladies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Loice. I help women step into their power, embrace their femininity, and live their best lives. So if that's something you're interested in, please continue watching. Today we're diving into a topic that's very close to my heart. I call it the Unshakable Woman's Playbook. So what really is an unshakable woman? It's a woman who radiates inner strength, lives by clear core values, and does not let external validation interfere with her life. Today, I'm going to share 5 things that an unshakable woman never does and what she does instead to ensure lasting power and confidence. Whether you're navigating your career, relationships, or just your personal growth, these insights are designed to spark transformation. So let's see what it truly means to be an unshakable woman. Number 1, unshakable women never chase external approval. Have you ever been in a position where you're waiting for people to validate you from outside? You're posting things on social media so that people can congratulate you and tell you how beautiful you are, how good you are, how rich you are, how successful you are. Just basically validate you on things that you already have inside of you. The fact that you're producing these things, the fact that you have these things to even show already validates you from within that you're capable of doing these things. And you don't need anything from outside. Here's the shift. Unshakable women have learned that true validation comes from within. Instead of seeking likes, comments, approval from others, validation at work, unshakable women already know that they are the secret sauce. They invest in self-care, personal growth, and celebrate their own achievements. If you've done something great and you know it's good and you've achieved something, celebrate yourself. Tap yourself on the back and be like, yes, I did that. Or take yourself for a drink, or invite your friends and have a little party or something. Don't wait for people to tell you. You already know yourself how much work you've put into that. And you know you've achieved this because you're the source. You don't need to wait for someone to tell you this. You already feel good. And if someone congratulates you or validates you or gives you likes and comments, it's just like icing on the cake. But the foundation, the cake itself is you. You know, your self-worth, and you've invested that time and energy and work to build that. Imagine instead of spending time and energy trying to impress other people, put that time and energy into building yourself, into pouring into yourself, into your self-care, making yourself feel good, nurturing your passions, and even sometimes celebrating your failures, because in failures, you learn a lot. If you never try anything, you never fail. And if you never fail, you never learn anything. So it's important even in the failures for you to realize that, well, at least I tried this and now I know I don't need to do it that way, or now I know I need to do it this way, or I need to do something entirely different. Celebrate yourself with the wins, with the losses. You know, even showing up itself, you should celebrate. Even if you don't win in the thing you were doing, but you tried and you showed up for yourself. And that's something to celebrate. Remember, your inner light does not need fuel from anyone else. It shines brightest when you trust yourself. Number 2, unshakable women never ever over-explain themselves. How many times have you found yourself over-explaining and over-justifying your decisions, your choices, or your opinions? Over-explaining yourself not only dilutes the message, it also communicates that you're insecure. You're not sure about what you're trying to say. You're not sure about your decisions. You don't trust yourself enough. You're trying to convince the person or the people that, yes, believe me, believe me. Believe me. So by explaining yourself does not necessarily say that I believe myself. It says I don't believe myself, but I'm trying to convince you to believe in what I'm saying. Everybody knows that when something is true, it stands on its own. It does not need a lengthy explanation, and that's why you should never over-explain yourself. The takeaway here is speak with conviction. Let your actions do the talking. When you trust your own path, you never need to over-explain. Your confidence speaks for itself, and people respect that. Number 3, unshakable women never compromise on their boundaries. Boundaries are not just rules. They're a declaration of self-respect. You're showing people that this is how you will treat me, and I expect nothing less. When you start to blur your boundaries or dilute them a little bit, you're communicating to people that your needs are secondary and their needs are primary, which is not the truth. Your needs should always be primary and everybody else's needs should be secondary. In the past, I felt like I've diluted some boundaries for people. Like in relationships where you let someone do something a little bit. I remember when I was quite young, there was a guy, I dated this guy, and he was a very jealous guy. And one day he slapped me for some other guy looking at me. And I thought to myself, hey, why is he slapping me? Well, I hit him back. Safe to say, I hit him back. I'm not encouraging violence, but you're not gonna slap me and I caught on the side. So I hit him back, but then I didn't leave him. I went back to him, and the next time we had a fight, this guy gave me a serious beating because I just said, "Oh no, it's just a slap. It's nothing." This guy beat me up, right? And I said to myself that day, ever in my life will someone cross a boundary of mine and I stay. Anybody close to me knows that I'm a no nonsense type of person. I am direct, I say things as they are, and I keep it moving. So if you try to breach a boundary of mine, I will tell you about it and I'll keep it moving. I thank him because I was very young at the time. And it's one thing that stuck with me, that if you give someone an inch, they will take a mile. So from a slap to a beating, and what else? Next time I'd be dead, he'd have killed me. I don't know. I don't know if you would have, but I left after that. If you compromise on your boundaries even just a little bit, it makes people think that they can take more and more and more. So you need to always be very tough with your boundaries. You must be super, super tough. And this goes for all my relationships, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a work relationship, whether it's just, I don't know, acquaintances. There are things I don't allow. Everybody has different boundaries. You can't say that you should not allow this or you should not allow that. You need to decide what your boundary is, and then you need to communicate that very clearly. Also, just never think that since you have a boundary, everybody knows about it. You need to communicate it if it's important. If you're in a relationship and tell someone, cheating for me is a boundary I cannot compromise on, or a slap cannot happen in this relationship. If they breach that boundary, then one, you communicated it clearly, and two, they chose to ignore your boundary basically. So it's important for you to communicate your boundaries and stick with them. By valuing your own needs, you attract people who will value those needs as well. Number 4, unshakable women never settle for less than they deserve. Settling is not about being picky. It's about honoring your inherent worth. Too often we allow fear or low self-esteem to convince us to compromise on some things that you know you should not compromise. So compromising on some things is not a problem. But they should not be things that you know for yourself if you compromise on will be a problem for you. They are a core value for you. For example, I was just watching Love is Blind, the popular Netflix show, and this girl, I think her name is Virginia, she ended up saying no to the guy because they did not align on political values and small things. The guy thought they were small things, but according to her, there were things that she knew if she compromised now, in the end, it will be a big problem for her. So if you have a value that you know you should not compromise on, don't settle. You should always stick by your values. Your values could be political views, your values could be family values. True fulfillment comes by aligning with someone who meets you at your highest self. Always remember that your standards are not barriers. They are beacons leading you to the right people and the right opportunities. Number 5, unshakable women never ignore their intuition. That little gut feeling that you have about a business partner, that little gut feeling you have about a friend, that gut feeling you have about a job, that gut feeling you have about a guy you want to date, and it's telling you, something is not right, or this is right. That is your soul's wisdom leading you to your highest self. That's the wisdom of your soul speaking directly to you. So many of us women dismiss that voice. I've dismissed that voice many times. There's so many times I've ignored my gut instinct about things. There's so many times I've ignored my gut instinct about people. My gut is telling me don't do something, or don't go somewhere, not today, or whatever this person is saying, something is off about. Whenever you have a feeling about something, trust yourself. Not the other people telling you anything, not that person trying to convince you, not the situation trying to pull you. And if it's too good to be true, always think about it again. I always say that anything I have a gut feeling about, I should follow my gut feeling. If I make a mistake, then I'll take the responsibility. But if my gut told me that something was off about something and then I didn't follow it, I would really, really be upset at myself for not following my gut instinct. As women, one of the biggest things we have to guide us is our intuition, which is that gut feeling. The feeling you have at the pit of your stomach is telling you, this is not sitting quite right. That thing, you should always listen to it and you should always follow it. Always follow your gut. It knows the way. Listening to your intuition is not about being impulsive. It's not about you just going on a whim and saying, oh no, I don't want to do that. Oh no, I don't want to do that. No, it's about truly aligning with your truth. Your gut feeling always aligns you with what you really genuinely believe in yourself. So all of us have our own intuition and our own values and things your body and your life needs. And that's where your gut intuition leads you to. So those are the 5 things unshakable women never do. Let me know if you found any of them valuable and if any of them gave you an insight as to how your life could be better or could be much more grounded and connected to yourself. Let me know in the comment section which of the shifts you're going to make in your life, and I'll see you in the next video.